Alright, I'm back. I'm part 29. Backstream. No, should be ready now. Yeah, I'm gonna use scope. Yeah, once again, the same cutscene. Unbelievable. Traveling west. Let's see if I can go back so I can heal up. Or maybe I can't go back. Yeah, I can't go back. I have to fight two bosses at one. Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, I already read the conversations last time. On part 28, no, I don't need to do it again. Alright. Planning your system height again. And also, for the others, I'm gonna use the booster. Oops. Sorry. Phew. Use that ether tank for the wellness. think I messed up. Yeah, I definitely messed up. Face the left. Okay, I have to make it now. The attack must defeat him now. Come on. Lose! Yes! I earned to be a part of. Ooh, I barely made it. Yeah, only Faye got the XP. Well then, let's start over from the beginning again. Think you can defeat me this time? What the? I thought I defeated you. Unless you can decompose her atomic structure, you don't stand much of a chance. Normal attacks are futile against one who has the ability to regenerate, using nanomachines. Now the time has come for the Great Awakening. What the? My body, it feels like it's being torn apart. It's pulling me in. Darn, what's going on? Hey, is that our Omni? No, that's not it. Is that our animal relics? Being consumed by Deus? Deus is swallowing up our animal relics. What's going on? My Omni-Gear move. It's like it's dead. This is the true meaning of the anima relics. To attain the respective animus and then return to the persona. The anima relics are really one set of parts that make up the physical manifestation of God. They regain their original powers and functions by aligning themselves with their destined partner. An Omni-Gear that has lost its respective anima relic is but a puppet. It becomes a mere vessel or container in which there are no contents. And this girl too was destined to become one with God. You see, Elheim is really one of the parts of God as well. What the heck are you talking about? Put simply, you serve to help bring all the parts of God together here for me. You're a bunch of stupid fools. It's as if you're all clowns. You believe the legend of how our world and the universe was created, but the ministry and I fabricated that very with myth a long time ago to suit our purposes. That's a lie. How can that be true? I think you'll find that your friends' Omni-Gears are all dead too. I'm talking about your friends who split up and took a different path than you into this place. They were all parts of God and were disassembled in the past, but once again are all gathered here. Yes, it is indeed the time for the resurrection of God. What is it all for? Everything that I've done up until now? Ramses! It's just you. What are you doing here, car? What about me? My existence? What was its purpose? There was only one purpose to your existence, to eliminate Emperor Cain. Cain's world had become too much like that of humans. He was too concerned about them. He had forgotten his mission to revive God. That is why you were created. You were only made to remove our main hindrance, Cain. But as the original living being, Cain had absolute power. To make you turn on Cain, it was necessary to focus your mind on a single point. However, being an artificial life form, you are mentally unstable. That is why we use Faye's existence, resentment. That is the source of your strength. You have excelled superbly at fulfilling our expectation of you. But we no longer have any more use for you. Haven't you realized that yet? You're a piece of trash, and being the rejected you are, why don't you just leave? Ha ha ha. What was I born for? What was I living for? A pathetic excuse for a life. Why? You aren't even human. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Now what to do with a lot of you? Well, I can't just kill you all, seeing as you have served me so well. So as a reward, I allow you to be sacrificed to be assimilated into Deus along with this girl. Francis! Good, this is how I want the car. I am fated so as not to be able to kill myself. Now all my wishes have come true thanks to you. I'm young. Too bad we missed the action. Our Xenogears give out on the way here. Anyway, let's hurry up and save Ellie. Yes, I know. Hang in there, Ellie. I'm letting you down now. Wait, what? Ellie shot Faye. Yeah. Faye! No, you hang in there. She took my gun. Why did you do that, Ellie? Ellie? What happened to you? How could you? Don't tell me she's been brainwashed? It has nothing to do with brainwashing. The majority of my body's comprised of an nanomachine colony, not only for longevity, but also to unify with the mother. So don't be surprised, this much damage can be recovered rather quickly. Unify with the mother? That girl, Elheim, is our mother. Yes, I am the mother of all humans. Ellie. What are you babbling about? Snap out of it, Ellie. You're as dense as usual, but I don't blame you. So be it, I will explain to you all about it. This Deus, the one you call God, is an interplanetary invasion weapon system that was built in ancient times by humans from another planet. It was created as an automatic weapon which could act upon its own will to take control of a targeted planet, but you should have known this much from looking at the Rezial records. Anyway, during a test run, Deus became uncontrollable. It released its power and annihilated a whole planet. The creator of Deus found its immeasurable power to be too much of a threat and hence forcibly shut it down. In order to analyze the cause of the problem, its core was dismantled and placed on an interplanetary immigrant passenger ship to be transported to another planet. Becoming aware of this, the disassembled Deus resisted. It tried to take over the passenger ship that was transporting it. However, as a last line of defense against the escape of Deus, its creators unexpectedly destroyed the whole ship, sending it crashing to this planet. Deus knew that it would not be able to get away from the explosion or the imminent impact, and so it detached its core from the Zohar power reactor. Zohar? Yes, Zohar. It is what derives all of the gears on this planet. It is the master generator that transmits its energy to the slave generators in our gears. It is also the source of all the ether power that the inhabitants of this planet utilize. By utilizing the energy displacement caused by actualizing potential future phenomena, this Zohar modifier has the ability to produce infinite amounts of energy. The source of all our ether powers? Are you saying all our energy comes from that one power reactor of engine? Yes, but there's more. The core that was detached from Zohar, the biological computer Katamone, crashed into this primitive planet. It activated Persona, its life support plant that can generate organic material. Using this it prepared for itself as a genetic-based system for all the day when Deus will be resurrected. Thus, the first humans were created from there. Emperor Kanan, the eldest of the Gazel ministry. Are you saying the Emperor and them Geezer were people born from Deus? Do you know why the Gazel ministry desired to anima relics in your bodies? Well, there's a reason. Before becoming humans, the bodies of the ministry were once part of the organic elements in the core circuit that made up Deus. There were two types of organic element. The female type was called anima, while the male type was called animus. They were also created with the added ability to become mobile weapons by merging with machinery that was suited for use as terminal interface weapon for Deus. In other words, those Omega you were using were one form of such weapons. The ministry, which were animals, were to become one again, and with their separated anima at the time of the resurrected of God. But in a war 500 years ago, they all lost their physical bodies. It was then that they decided to extract their own genetic factor from certain individuals of their human descendants who carried the appropriate sets of DNA. Also, each of them could become one with their respective anima again. Descendants? They were all? Yes, humans are all descendant of Cain and the Gazel ministry. They were born from the persona gave birth and propagated. They followed their inbuilt program to someday resurrect the heavily damaged Deus. All the people in the world were created solely to resurrect Deus? Yes, but it wasn't just to restore its old body. More than half of Deus is constructed of biological part. Do you remember those mutated humans? Those are all people who were destined to become this replacement part for Deus. We humans are parts for God? Yes, almost all the people are destined to become parts for Deus. But you people gathered here are all different. You could say you escaped that destiny by existing through multiple generation. In actuality, there wasn't enough parts for Deus, but Krillin to compensate for that, or what was lacking. The reduction in the number of parts was due to human living through multiple generations. Without the deficiency in the human factor was made up for by the nanomachines were created by Krillin. Not only that, but this nanomachines added additional functions. Deus has thus evolved into the perfect weapon. Ellie, what has happened? Why do you know all that? I am Yang, keeper of time, the representative of our god Deus. I was born to guide the people toward the path of the resurrection of Deus. That's ridiculous. Miang was just... You're limited in your ability to understand. Miang's factor exists within all women. The one who transcends the generation, the caretaker of humans. When the previous one dies, somewhere another Miang is awakened. It is programmed into all women's DNA to be that way. Who inherits the duty is just a matter of probability, Faye. That Miang over there and I are the same existence. We are all parts of Deus, all caretakers of humans. Let us end this discussion now. Deus has awakened. I am one of the parts that compose Deus, hence I must become one with it. Ellie, why did it have to be you? If Miang is a part for Deus, why did it not happen earlier? It's still not enough for her just to have awakened. Although she may be Miang, she still isn't the true Miang. The true Miang? Let's go, Krelian. All that is left to do is to vanquish this planet civilization and return it to how it was. Then I can complete my unification with the final fragment of Deus, the Zohar modifier. The power reactor that fell upon this planet and became our Genesis and now our Apocalypse. The eradication of civilization? What is the purpose of doing that? Who knows? The creation of God will someday be a hindrance. That is why they must be eliminated. I'm just programmed to act in this way. Come, it is time for the awakening of the true mother. Please wait, Ellie! Farewell, Faye. May you have a peaceful awakening. Wow, what a plot twist. Ellie! Wait, Faye, do not release the system. Sidon, wait! We are only endangering ourselves. Let's get out of here for now. Oh, I've been separate from Faye now. Oh, wowzers. This is horrifying. So this is what he meant, elimination of civilization. Okay, so we're Sidon now. Continue. Start. God, the interplanetary invasion weapon Deus had awakened and its arc Merkawa was activated. Deus began to absorb one after the other the mutated people destined to be its part, while the non-mutated would eventually only become a threat to it. To exterminate us and our civilization, it set into action. The planet's surface was devastated by Merkawa and the weapons born from out of it called the Seraph Angels. This is very messed up, but yeah, this is a very good game. What about Faye after all? While pursuing the newly awakened Deus, we chanced upon Faye, whose whereabouts hadn't hitherto been lost, along with his gear Weltal, discovered together at the place where Merkawa was originally located. We were overjoyed by Faye's return, but it was short-lived. For some unknown reason, Faye was found in a state of suspended animation. He did not regain consciousness. The people of Shevat and we ourselves feared our relapse of Faye's its power and had no choice but to put Faye into carbonite freeze. Your Majesty, why do the people of Shevat fear Faye so much? Even if Graf and Ike's power are comparable, it is not that we fear him. We fear the error we ourselves committed, and now we are simply trying to put a lid on it. the error that you yourselves committed? Sheva instigated a battle 500 years ago to gain our independence from Solaris. However, we became overcome with the lust for power. Fearing the war-torn people's will no longer be with Sheva but with the Nissa Mother, and that the people would assemble under Sophia. The Council of Elders of Sheva back then made a deal with Solaris. A deal? Yes. At the time, Solaris, or the Gazel Ministry to be exact, were at odds with the woman who held the real power behind the scenes. Would that happen to have been Young? Most probably it was. Fearing the increasing power of the masses assembling in Nissan, the Gazel Ministry schemed to hand over to us their antagonist Myung and promised a division of the rulership over the Earth's surface. But in exchange, we had to give them the rebel army that had assembled in Nissan and also their patron, Sophia. The leaders of Sheva accepted, and it was decided that Nissan would be the location of the final decisive battle with Solaris. Sheva did not participate in that battle, thwarted by the awesome numbers of the Solarian army and with their path of retreat cut off. The Nissan rebel army ran out of options and was destroyed. Caught up in the middle of all this was Lacan, Bart's ancestor Roni, myself, and Krelian. You were also there? Yes, surrounded on all sides, we were prepared to die. And then the rebel force, the flagship, appeared with Sophia on board. She sacrificed herself so as to create a path for our retreat. Sophia's ship headed straight for the enemy's main ship on a suicide attack. Thanks to Sophia's sacrifice, we were able to survive. However, her death forever changed the fate of true men. Krelian would follow closely under her as the leader of the Nissan Sex militia, completely lost faith after calling out to a god that would not respond. I will create God with my own hand, were the last words he uttered before he disappeared. And Lacan, he resented himself for not having the power to do anything while she died in front of him. So he began to search for the legendary power. Legendary power? God's resting place, Mahanon, the source of divine wisdom, Raziel, and the animal relics which were created by the very wisdom. Besides these, there is one more legend. And that is Zohar. Zohar? That has the same name as the Zohar modifier. The power reactor that Myung spoke of, saying it was an infinite energy source of God Deus. What she claimed is also the source of ether powers and the driving force of all our gears. It would have to be one and the same thing. It is a place that contains the ultimate power, ultimate source of this world's power. It is said that only he who has the correct destiny would be able to discover its location. Losing all faith in humanity, Lacan sought after its power. Lacan became Groth, and the world collapsed. This tragedy happened because of the people's lust for power. I must take part of the responsibility for not having been able to stop it. And now Faith, the one who has the same power as Groth, we just wanted to seal up that dreadful power that arose from our own sinful deeds. Groth, the man once known as Lacan, sought after the power of Zohar, the one who has The one who has the same power as Graf Bay. I had this premonition that Faye too would awaken and seek out that power, and that person demand became reality. Oh, Faye. Where am I? Who am I? This is my memory? Doc. Bart. Rico. Billy. Weissman. Groff. Everyone, my memories. Ellie? Mother? Who are you? Is that the Cower personnel? I'm surprised, that's pretty clever. You are Ide? I misjudged you. I didn't expect you to fake personnel would create a Ford persona. Ford persona? You can't feel anything. He's shut up. He's shut up inside your ego. The pressing facts and truths you won't face. You're afraid of them, so you desire to completely shut yourself off from the outside world. And so you formed a Ford persona, a Ford Faye. The name doesn't matter. He's the one on the stage, he's the one who's in control of your body, but it is a useless form of resistance. Come with me. Wait, what are you doing? He has a key, I merely want to borrow it. I got to go somewhere. Are you coming too? Ron, come on guys, eat up. I guess that's Bart's ancestor. You haven't been able to get this kind of food around here lately, have ya? Well, this is also due to my business anyway, Sally. Green, what's wrong, Lacan? You look kind of down. What's bothering you? Are you worried about something? It's nothing. I'm just thinking about painting Sophia. You know why I agreed to do her portrait? Sophia, you mean your childhood friend who's now the Holy Motherless Son? She's not really a childhood friend. We just made her acquaintance of the monastery near my home when I was a child. She went to the clinic with her for convalescence. She was frail. So, what are you worried about painting her for? She does not wish herself to become a symbol of her sect. Actually, it seems she wasn't interested in having her portrait painted at first. But when she heard I would be the painter, she turned around and agreed. That's what I don't understand. I see. Then she must still like you. What are you talking about? That's a woman on arm, right, Krillian? That's Krillian. Hey, Krell? What's up? You're not having any. It's ready to eat. Oh, yeah. The Holy Mother mishap, huh? Whether you are to offend divine providence or something, Lacan. Cut it out. It's not like that. What? You gotta light it up a little. Sophia first showed me that books are the best way to calm the heart, and now I'm hooked on reading. I'm not trying to brag, but I learned a lot of things I never knew before. Lately, I've been reading this. What is it? Something I borrowed from Melchior. It's about a form of molecular engineering and nanotechnology. I believe it's a book found in the ancient ruins of the Zeboin civilization. It's a copy of someone's research report, but it's incomplete. I think there were even more wonderful things written in it, but we'll never know how. What's wrong? You don't look so good. Lately you seem melancholy almost every day. Has something happened? I don't know. We just can't paint right now. Sorry, but do you mind if we stop here for today? I see. It is not good to push yourself too hard. Why don't you rest up for a little while? I'll have Krillian take you. Wow, this could focus so much about stories. Even so, there was a time when I did some pretty vicious thing. I lashed out at random, everyone around. They fear me, even my friends. I lived a life surrounded by people who looked at me with fear in their eyes. But she was the only one who wasn't afraid of me. She would just smile. Peace of mind. She was the one who taught me what the devils was and how I could receive it. She taught me how to live as a human. What are you doing, Lacan? Oh, it's you, Krillian. I was thinking I stopped painting the portrait. Why stop now? It's circumstances. I shouldn't be painting her at the time like this. Eventually she too must stand at the front line, so... Is that really the problem? Lacan? Her smile, it's killing me. The more she smiles at me, the more I feel my very being becoming insignificant. Inside my heart there is this empty existence. Other than painting, I have no worth. Yet she continues to accept my presence. I feel like I'm getting smaller and smaller. I didn't have this feeling in the beginning. I just wanted to paint her for one more minute, one more second longer. I wanted to keep on painting forever, but suddenly I couldn't. As the picture neared completion, the empty part of me started to manifest itself in my brush strokes. I was meant to be painting her as she really is, but this picture is my own self. My own self has begun to appear within there. That's why I got to stop now. Your own self? You're just running away. You can't bear it when she smiles at you. By painting her portrait, you notice when the gap between your own inner emptiness and her inner abundances. You could not fill that gap. That's why you're quitting your painting. You're refusing her. Even so, you still can't bring yourself to leave her, can you? In spite of that, why is it that she continues to smile at you? You can't accept her feelings. You won't accept her feelings. Tell me why. If it was me who was receiving such feelings. You're neglecting yourself too much. Why aren't you kinder to yourself, mistress? It's really her true expression? Yeah, the people who don't know her that well, I guess. Her smile, I don't know. It's the smile in this picture is somewhat different from the ones she usually shows us. I realize Lacan's feelings are in there, but I don't think she has ever opened herself up and shown her inner self to others like this before. You've been painting such a beautiful expression of Sophia. I just can't see the reason why you want to stop. Beautiful. Forget it. This picture is anything but beautiful. Lacan, you say you're empty, then why do you come along with us? Well, what we've been doing is up till now are not just acts of mercy, it's a fight for freedom. Time and again, you, in a true life-threatening situation with us. A man with nothing in his heart couldn't do that kind of thing, right? Roni, you're giving me too much credit. As long as you do something to keep yourself occupied, you can't ignore the hollowness inside. From the beginning, my very existence itself was an emptiness. It wouldn't matter if I were to die right now. You live, you die, that's all. Pessimistic as usual, Lacan. Now you're lying. Well, the cuttings are very long here. It's just that you are not good at expressing your own feelings. You're not empty, she knows that. That's why she shows only you with her true smile. I don't deserve to see her true smile. She is the hope of the people. Their support there is so much more for her to do. Why would she open her heart to a mere artist like me? Bro! Hey bro, what are you doing here? What's up? The Council of Elders have issued a decision. Tomorrow we will leave for Soylent. Soylent? That's in Solaris. Yes, and Sophia will be coming with us. That's ridiculous! The refugees are still increasing. We can't afford to have Sophia leave Nissan and going to Soylent. That's plain foolish. That's plain foolish. It's too dangerous. What are the elders thinking? No, it wasn't the council's wish. It was Sophia's will. It appears that she expressed this desire to herself. That can't be. What is she thinking? Originally we talked about it being just us. What, just us? Sophia! Lacan, what are you doing? You keep back. I know we couldn't leave Sophia in your care. I'll protect her, even if it costs me my life. Why don't you go get some rest, Krell? You haven't slept since the day before yesterday, have you? You shouldn't do that to yourself. I'm fine. It's not a problem. Look, I'll watch over her, so you go sleep. What will we do if you all fall ill? Do not forget you are the head of the Sex military forces. Okay, I suppose you're right. I love this music. Ellie, I am so sorry. It was my misjudgment that did this to you. I was terrified. It was like you could see right through me, your eyes that look. That was me that was being reflected back in your eyes. I was looking at myself and thus painting myself. I couldn't stand it. So that's why. Oh, Ellie, what in the heavens did you find inside of me? When you wake up, I think I will ask you that. On second thought, no. No, I don't want to be burdened. To burden you with my concern. So I wouldn't be able to ask you. One look into your eyes and I can't say a thing. I wouldn't even be able to tell you how I feel. You are the sweetest person. Ellie! You are someone who cannot bear to see others hurt by our own action. But you hold everything in you and bear all the burden. If you get hurt at the end, you think that is fine. That's what I like about you. Stop, don't say that. If you become just another human, everyone will. Humans aren't all that frail, you know. They don't need a symbol of who is just appearance only. I believe that if you have light in your heart, you can overcome any hardship. What I have been doing is simply showing people that such light exists in the heart of everyone. I'm just a woman. To fulfill my womanhood, I am prepared to throw away anything, even this position. I just play the role of Sophia, but I am still me. I haven't changed, a cowardly, selfish crybaby. I'm still the same. Could you live a lie like that and still be happy? I don't want to do that. Oh, Lacan, I want to live more honestly with myself. Be able to tell the man that I love that I do love him, and I don't care if I get hurt or rejected. You only have one life. I don't want to turn around later and regret not having done such things. Do you think I'll let it end here? We are not their possession. What are you doing? I'll just tell Sophia that I'm ending this. You won't need to fight anymore. So, Krillian, please open your fist. And with your open hand, gently hold the people who will continue to live. Don't be foolish. We'll help you escape, so please stop. Thank you, Lacan, but sorry, there's no other way. Ellie! People support each other to live. It's what brings us happiness. The shared happiness, and please, Lacan, live. Ellie! We were sacrificed as pawns in order to protect our own authority. Sophia, what? Is this the ideal world we've been searching for? What have we been doing? Heading towards Sophia's ideal? Is this our salvation? This This isn't fair. Sophia was sacrificed for those bastards. Sophia said if you just have faith, the path to do what you hope for will open. But look at reality. God didn't answer our prayers. Is that because we didn't have faith? Even if we didn't have faith, Sophia did. Why did she have to be sacrificed? Is God dead? Is he just not there? Maybe God never even existed to begin with. Faith in God. Do not look for it on the outside, for it is something one must build from within oneself. Ha ha ha, I see. That's it. If God doesn't exist in our world, then I will create God with my own hands. Krelian? Sophia, please guide me. I will destroy all such false pretenses of love for you. We need to get all our surviving comrades. We'll never beat them if we fight them individually. But let us create a country that can someday stand up against them. What are you doing to me? What are you going to do, Lacan? Ellie? If only you had power, you could have saved her. You want it, don't you? Unrivaled power. Don't you want to become the absolute being? I guess that's a Lacan became Grothin again. There, that's what I sought after. But wait, that's not what I want. No, this is my very desire. Live. So this is where fate's being held. He deserves it. Let me pray on his weeping face as if it were an idol. As if I would. Yeesh. What is this? This is terrible. No matter what, this is going way too far. He's still alive. How could you possibly be? You're human too, don't you? Are you? Darn. Faye. Oh, Faye. cry. Huh? Midori. Midori, it's you. Phew, don't scare me like that. Crying? Who's crying? You mean our friend Faye's crying? Angry, hurt. He'll wake up soon. It's calling him. What do you mean? Oh, Eyes awakening again. Whoa, what the? Stop it! Hey? Damn, Midori! Run! Hurry! Run away! Yikes! He broke through his carbonite encasing. Faye took his gear well done and went in search of Zohar. We followed Faye's trail. Eventually we arrived at the location where Zohar had fallen to earth so very long ago. Nothing could have prepared us for what we were about to see there. Number change? I'll just Rico this time. Open menu. Yeah, I have to save now. I should be able to save now. Save again. Alright, now I can take a short break now. So I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue. What is that? This must be where the solar. This must be the place. Wait for me! This is as far as you can come. From here on, it's my world. You can't enter. What do you mean? You're a subordinate, fake persona, that's why. So that must be the coward one. Subordinate fake persona? Yes, he has part of my memories from back then. He has sealed away the very meaning of my existence, my drive, my motivation, my subconscious, and I'd. Because of that, I became a basic blank persona. And on top of that, I constructed a new persona based on my experience since then. That is what you are now. Him? You mean father? You call him father? You never did anything for you? It was because of his cowardly behavior. If only he had been able to protect me. If he had done that, mother wouldn't have died. Didn't my mother die right after I was born? What really happened to my mother? Tell me, Ida. You don't really need to know. You'll only get spare soon. No, this is actually the... Along with your basic persona, the coward, I rule my being through the power of the existence. Of course you don't know, but it is etched in my metapsychotic memory. Your persona is fake, so you'll never stand on the state of consciousness. You'll never be able to take charge of the memories from our past lives. I know the dreams and the hallucination. I've seen them many times, and I show them to you on purpose. To break the seal, I choose to weaken the power of your existence. If your mental energy is weakened, I can become free to do as I wish. What? There are still things inside you which you haven't been shown yet. Huh? Someone's coming. It's probably your friends. They must have followed me. Where are you going? I came to re-establish contact with the existence. To tie together all the threads of your memory since ancient times and then cut them off. That is the fate of the contact. All is ready. It's time for the true awakening. I will eliminate all those who are full of hypocrisy. From the very beginning. Wait for me, Hyde! You just stay here and observe. What is this? Oh dear. It must be Ida. Faye, this must mean this is Walter's transformed appearance. Wowzers. Because that's well told. That's all the chewites here. Uh-oh, this is gonna be very terrifying now. Booster? Booster? Stop it, engine. Stop eater engine. Engine. Yeah! This is incredible. Wise man, are you okay? Wise man? It's already too late. Assist me, for I'm about to exterminate Ide. What? Zor's Deuce Core. The slave generators are an eater. It's the source of all their energy. After attaining its power, the freshly awakened Ide intends to annihilate this world. The conflict with Zohar was meant to have been done after the unifying phase true personality. Okay. Hey, keep back! You again? You're always getting in my way. But I cannot be stopped by you. You who couldn't even protect his own wife and son. You cannot even bear to show your face to your son. That's why you wear a mask, isn't it? Khan? Son? That's right. This man is Faith. No, I mean my father, Khan Wong. So yeah, that's Khan's. That's actually Faith's father. What a plot twist! What happened to Faye? Ida. Too bad the new personality of Faye that you gave birth to, and all that work that your persona did to make him one united and whole, unified whole has been wasted. He will be swallowed up by me. I won't permit it. I'll destroy you first. As if you could, sissy. Mother died because of your cowardly behavior, and as a result he ran away from that reality by entering into his memories. And now I continue my existence bearing all that hatred. You wouldn't be able to imagine what it's like. I wasn't simply work to unify Faith's personality, you know. All that you and I feel, the sadness, the hatred, even though he also experienced such pain Faye needed to be encouraged to build himself up in order to be able to comprehend all of this. Faye should be able to understand all of your feelings now. But now you want to erase the one who understands you, to kill Faye. What is it you want? Why ask me such a thing now? My purpose is the same as his. Total destruction. That and that alone. Is this world so bad a place that there is only hatred inside of you? You're the ones who made me this way. You and that woman. Admit it! Faye, can you hear me? Please take this fistful of memories that I'm giving you. Become one with yourself and with me. Faye, where did the real you go? Remember, were you not going to help Ellie? Yes, this is inside-eyed. A world filled with hatred and sadness. That's all that's there. Yes, now I understand, why you hate the world. Why there is nothing inside you. Nothing. Nothing was given to you. Deprived of all the happy memories, and yet it feels pleasant. It almost feels good. Now I get it. There's no need to resist. I was originally just an existence that was created as a cover to hide so it would be better to return to that place. Let's come together to wipe away everything, including ourselves. Remember, were you not going to help Ellie? Ellie, that's right. Ellie! I got to save Ellie. What's this place? What's he done now? He only called you in here for his own sake? This is inside the shell of your basic character, the room of the coward. I'm sure you've been here many times before. I see you, I remember now, in my dreams. Everything despised and unwanted he pushed onto me while he shut himself up in his own little shell, the coward Faye. The basis for our personality. So that was the coward one. Who are you? You're my... Hey, let's watch this together. This is my most treasured possession. By repeatedly replaying the times he was full of happiness, he lives in his own happy little world. While I'm still alive only because of what in those leftover dregs. Here, I'll show you everything about me. Ours was an ordinary family. A strict but reliable father. A kind and loving mother. Up until then, he was complete happiness. But one day, Mother suddenly changed. She was like a totally different person. I guess she was beyond. From that day on, Faye lost his home. Father was away often. He had some important work. When Father was away from home, Faye was taken to a place with mysterious machines. He said there were many strangely dressed people. Many types of probes were injected into Faye's body as the start to some kind of experiment. The test caused Faye much pain. Mom, help me! Where are you going? No! No! Mother didn't come to his assistance. Young Faye had no way of resisting, but he was able to endure. Eventually, the experiments became unbearable. Many people gathered around Faye. These people had a high compatibility with the animal relic. This psychic contact with Faye was to force him to awaken, but no one could make contact with Faye. The power drawn up out of Faye, regardless of his will, destroyed them all. This is unbelievable. Mother allowed this to take place? Psychic contact? What do you mean by awaken me? To awaken God, everything that had to be in perfect order, with nothing lacking. Things divided in the past must become one complete whole again. Countless people died before Faye's eyes. Men, women, the old, the young, even the my humans, suffering grief, fear, ecstasy, a variety of emotions and words lingered, and tumbled about Faye like broken dolls. It was a scene from hell. In front of Father, she acted normally. When Faye tried to tell Father about Mother's strange conduct and the experiments, Father's mind was taken up by his work and he didn't really listen. He thought it was just childish fantasies. But he didn't have to endure the pain much longer. Faye's subconscious discovered a way to escape from the trauma. He formed a separate persona to deal with things he didn't like or couldn't bear. He removed himself from out of harm's way. My role was to have all the things he hated forced upon me the moment they arose. From the time of my division from him, I was dominated by hatred. That hatred naturally turned into destructive impulses. I wanted to destroy everything. Mother, Father, the entire world. Finally, Father noticed Mother's behavior. It was already too late. I had completely separated from that coward, my original self. The puppets were broken and Faye's heart was too... I wouldn't make Mother do such a thing. Mother repeated the experiments to study the power she knew existed within me. Yes, that woman, Mother, was Miang. It's a lie. No, it's true. Mother was Miang. That's right, Karen had become Miang. What is that you say? It's nothing special. Miang does not have only one host body. Miang's roots are sealed in the genes of all women. Any one of them could become Miang. It just happened to be Mother's turn. Only Ellie was special originally. No! Karen, Miang noticed that Faye's memory time axis had increased 2 or 3 fold. She then became convinced that Faye was the contact. Contact? Yes, I was the contact. That's why he called out to me. And why the time had come. Stop it, cut it out. Dad! Dad! Mom, help Dad. Hey Mom, why aren't you helping Dad? Dad, that's gonna die. Roth came seeking the power that exists within me to return to his own body. You understand now, don't you? Groff is Lakan. Yeah, we, his descendants who inherited his lingering thoughts and memories from him, know only too well. Divided 500 years ago, he would become a part of us both. Lakan became Groff. He destroyed everything on the face of the earth. He then mastered how to possess the bodies of others by dwelling in their mind. He was probably enabled to do this after his contact with the existence. The bodies died, but Lakan's spirit continued to living by possessing others. He had become that way to return his soul, alas, to the perfect reincarnation of his physical body, the body of Faye. Father fought him, but he couldn't protect Mother or I. He pitifully fought on while coughed up his lifeblood. Groff made a mockery of Father, and Mother would not even help him when he needed her the most. As for their son, he couldn't take what was happening anymore. So tragic. He gave into his feelings and released his power, and as a result, Mother died. Mom. And he offloaded the results of his actions onto me. To avoid taking the responsibility for killing Mother, he used me as a shield. I also killed Mother. He pushed all the bad things onto me, but kept all the memories of filled with happiness and Mother's love to himself. And he shut himself away with those memories inside his own little shell. Wherever this is the place, what you see before you is what he made. He just keeps hanging on to those memories. That's what this is. Stop it, just stop it. This scenes. Are these all there is to us? Enough already. There is nothing here. It's a world filled with deception and pain. I can't be held. This is our world. This is everything. I was a fool. It was all my fault. I was so busy with my duties in show that I didn't notice Karen had changed. I couldn't save you when you needed my help. Save me? Ha! Why bother things are nonsense now? It's not going to change anything. The only thing you can do now is to die with my hand. Even still, I show you that I can save you. Dad! Stop it, my father's done nothing wrong. I know this one is a real culprit. Mother and father had no choice. Thanks, pass it to me. I'm playing with Mother. This is not reality. It's all fake. All of it, all of it, all of it. No, get out. This is my room. I thought you could always be with me. Why won't you see reality? Happiness, sadness, aren't these all parts that combine to make the whole? Why won't you show him? Why don't you also show I like you always want? No, that's mine. I don't want to show it to the person who killed Mother. You should talk. You're the one who killed Mother. No, I didn't. You did it. I did not kill her. Mother didn't care for you. Father didn't notice either. That's why you killed her. I didn't kill her. I didn't. Knock it off. We killed Mother. It's no one's fault but ours. It's not because she became young or because Father didn't notice. Don't look outside for a reason. Don't blame anyone but yourself. Yes, Mother was young, but I know that you suffered. No one could have endured it. But you can't push it onto Ida alone. We are all one person. We must all become one, right, Faye? Walk on your own 2 feet. Face upon up to the reality that you don't want to see. Show them to Ida everything you took for yourself. She must have broken free from Miyang's control briefly to protect her son. I's been born. That's when I came. The lies that woman has seen, all illusions he made up. And my conscience can see through this trick. I won't be swayed. Aye, that's enough. Doing that isn't going to solve anything. Mother sees us at the last moment. That is the truth, right? The reality is that he isn't all grim-eyed. My power couldn't save anyone. It only destroyed. I thought I could only make a connection with others through destruction. So I had to destroy it all. People, the world, even Ellie. No, that's not the case. We can save others just as our own. Our mother, despite being yanked, saved us. Our power can save people. We can save Ellie. That's the first. Mother being so warm. To me, she almost seems too warm. Hey, take the memories I have with me. You must know that. You must know what it used to be like up until now. Know our identity. Know about who we are. Then figure out what ought to be done. Our integration is not yet complete. Kane. Oh, Fainal is past them. Elheim! Abel. Liv. Oh, so his name is Abel in this life. He almost failed. I just can't hand our child over to you. Liv. Yeah, that's when Lakan and Sophia now. Lakan, live. If God doesn't exist in our world, then I will create God with my own hands. What is this place? My execution site? Why do you turn on me? I thought we were friends. You turn on him? Who is it? Did I cause this? What has happened to me? What have I become? Liv. I will live. Light. Where's it? Graw? Oh, that's Graw. He activated his own nice personality or something. Even if I go to age, I will be lived till the end of the world. And if the world does not come to an end, I will destroy it with my own hands. Faye, who is it? Who's calling me? I am her. What is this line? I reside in Zohar. I'm the beginning and the end, the first and the last. God? God, some would refer to me as that from a certain point of view, but it is right to view me as such, but at the same time I'm not. I'm also a part of you. A part of me? I'm defined by now how people observe me. You are actually talking to a virtual version of me that you yourself create. I'm your perception of me. I don't understand. what you are talking about. Who or what are you? I'm, in one word, existence. Existence? In actuality, I do not have a physical form. I am an existence of a higher dimension, a place you cannot perceive, but in turns you understand. It is a world where everything acts as a kind of wave. It is a sort of this four-dimensional universe, the place where time and space is controlled, the, the fluctuating void, the wave existence. What does such an existence have to do with me? Long ago, a modifier or a pseudo-perpetual infinite energy engine was created. That engine was named Zohar. That reactor was created by an ancient people from another planet to attain what is considered to be the ultimate energy possible within this four-dimensional universe. Eventually, those people used that same engine to create the ultimate interplanetary invasion weapon, Deus. Zohar was used as its primary source of power, but the unexpected happened during the connection test of Zohar with the newly completed Deus. The engine started to examine infinite potential phenomena. Requiring energy, the engine connected this dimension to the higher dimensional space. As a result, that reactor merged or synchronized with the wave existed in that higher dimension. Me, I descended from the point of contact created by the machine through the path of Sephiroth, or the domain you are in right now, and incarnated in the four-dimensional world. After I invented to the four-dimensional world, in order to stabilize myself here, I had to exchange or materialize my form and enter into the modifier engine. In other words, I became bound in Zohar, the cage of fleshly existence. Since the time I was bound in Zohar, I have always wanted to return to my own dimension, and I came to a conclusion. I had to reverse the process I went through to arrive here. I must be released by the one who installed within me as a special feature of his dimension. The will, that one is you. Decided it was me? A special feature? Yes, I was given a special attribute of a human by you. The contact, when you observe me, I was given a mother's will. A mother's will? Sure you remember. After my descent, you had contact with the modifier engine, Zohar. As a contact being, but only a child, you define my existence with your desire to return to your mother. Thus I came to prepare the mother's will. That will is Elheim. Ellie's disposition was influenced by me? Yes, my will was incarnated through a biocomputer, which was vital for Deus. After combining with me, the biocomputer evolved its functions, and that bioplan generated a central element. That is her. I was split by a contact. My physical form of flesh stayed in Zohar, while my will went into Elheim, and my power went into you. That's why I waited to unite with you, and now it is fulfilled. My only remaining desire is to break this cage of fleshly existence. In order to do that, I must become perfect by combining with Elheim, as well as my other split physical form, Deus. The only way to return to my original dimension is to destroy this physical body in the four-dimensional world. Zohar is perfect, so in order to destroy Zohar, I need the strength that was attributed to you. Zohar can only be destroyed by the hands of the contact. What about Ellie? If Zohar is destroyed, what will become of Ellie? Zohar and Deus are one. She is bound to the system by another's will to be one with it. In order to release her, it is necessary to destroy that very system that serves as the Deus weapon. However, having been created as a weapon, the Deus system seeks to unify itself with all Eve for a different purpose than that of mine. Originally, her release should have been performed by me, the one who desires to return back to the higher dimension. But I'm also bound to the system that just as she is, so I'm unable to participate. You are the only one who can release her from the spell. Just as Deus and I are inseparable, you and her are also inseparable. Alright, I'll destroy Deus and the Zohar modifier, and I'll save Ellie. You have experienced much loss and deprivation in your life. It is very tragic. Our contact and the resulting transference of power and will between you and I most likely played a factor in splitting your personality. I disagree. I can't blame anything or anyone beside myself. Regardless of what what may have happened in the past, with the passing of time, their cause becomes more remote. It is a problem that comes from within myself that I myself must deal with. I see you have managed to accept those tragedies, to tolerate all things, to comprehend and find where you stand in this world. If you have succeeded to do all these things, I'm sure you will succeed in what awaits you. To liberate all of us, use the Xenogears. Destroy Zohar. Wait, there's more I need to ask you. The system is awakening. Ask her later. Let's see, we have a new gear now. Wait. Resume game. Resume. Yep, we finally have a new gear now. It's strong. Dad! Dad, are you okay? I'm sorry, this is all my fault. Faye, you return to your own self, you become one. Yes, thanks to you all. It's all of you hadn't called out to me. Dad! Don't worry. This is good. This is, after all. Dad? You and I must become one. Grob, what's going on? Haha. I reached the limit of the body I possessed on that day 3 years ago. I required a body that would tie me over or until your true awakening. That is why I acquired the body of your father. Regardless of your awakening, your merging and the inherited memories you had acquired. There was no way for you to know this, since you had lost your memories at that point, at the point in which I merged with your father. Impossible. What about Wiseman? What about father? Of course, they were just parts of me. I couldn't hold on to Khan totally. His ego was far stronger than I imagined. When my control weakened, he showed himself to you as Wiseman. You have awakened. This body is now useless to me. Now I must return to my original body, the reincarnation of my body that you inhabit. Stop it, Dad. I hear you, Faye. You see, he and I are one. I am Khan. Khan is me. He has become one with me, so you two should open your heart and unite with me. So Groff was always Khan in the first place, Wiseman. Wow. And we can go on to eliminate everything. No! I can't allow you to control me. Protecting your master? Then so be it. I'll merge with both you and your machine then. Now come, Faye, fight me! It's no use. I know you're Lacan and you're a part of me. But that doesn't change you being my father. I could never really fight you. So naive. Why don't you understand that your naivety is what killed Sophie? Yeah, what killed your mother, Karen? I already know that. That's why I swore never to run away again. That I must rescue Allie. So why don't get in my way? Wake up! I'll be your eyes, father. Lacan! If that's the case, then fight me. Fight me! I can't. I see, then there is no choice. Since you are so unwilling to fight, I believe I will have to use them as bait. Stop it! Don't we have the same memories? Can't you also remember that sadness you felt way back then? Why then? Why must you destroy everything? If we stop Deus, won't this all be over? You still don't understand, even after your contact with the Existent. I came to understand after my contact with the Existent that even if Deus was destroyed, as long as humans still inhabit this land, Miyoung, Elheim will be born time again. Then all living things may as well perish along with Deus itself. That's the only path to freedom. The path to release us from the eternal cycles of life, the tragedy of history, and the spell of fate. Once I awaken Deus as a weapon, I'll obliterate all living things. Then I'll use your awakened self and that machine to return everything to nothing. That's what I concluded. Miyoung and Elheim are not just Deus' mouthpieces. That woman is its main body. Why can't you see that? That's not true. She gave her life for me, but shielding me from harm. Her eyes weren't Miyoung's. Mother came back at the last moment. Miyoung, Mother, even Ellie, they were all humans born on this planet. Deus doesn't matter. You'll see. I will bring Ellie back. Father, no breath will haunt. If you won't back down. Never! Then I have no choice. The time has come to truly become one. Wow, what a plot twist. We finally have a new gear now. This is known as Xenogears. Booster. Frame. Missed? Oh yeah? I think that's... See if you like that, huh? Wow! Yeah. Yes. Made it. Why don't you finish me off? If you don't get rid of me, then you cannot get what you want. It's alright, Dad, I understand. You are not Gra. You are my father. You and Gra are one. Your will and purpose never change. I knew that once we fought, but let's stop now. Our objective should be the same. It is the same as our becoming one. We don't have to fight. What? My body! Zora is after you. The last piece of to combine with Deus' system. It seeks to unify with you, the first to have been divided from it. What? This is what Lacan wanted all along. After all, I'm an imperfect existence. It was inevitable that it would come to this, considering what had happened in the past. Lacan's imperfect secondary contact with the wave existence split his personality into two. Eventually his body died, but the original Lacan transmigrated, bringing the destiny of becoming in contact with him. He was reborn as your present body. The remaining persona, just as desire, lived on separately by possessing the bodies of others. That is raw, that is me. I may have inherited Lacan's will, but I'm not the same as the contact Lacan. It is impossible for me to make real contact. There will be no true melding and release, and even though our bodies may be different, I am still a half of you. That fact remains. Although I'm imperfect, I can merge temporarily with Zohar and thus may be able to buy you some time. This is the only way I can be one with you. This is all I can do. The system will start to look for you again. Before then, you have to destroy the newly perfected Deus and Wild Zohar modifier. You're the only one that can destroy the physical barrier that encases God's body. Dad! As you said, that was Karen. Through many generations, Myung is beginning to break free from her bound. Now that Elham has merged with Deus, she has all of her memories back. All the memories from her original birth as the context complement up to her current transmigration. That includes all of the lives that she has lived as Myung and their substitutes over the centuries. And of course, that includes your mother's memories too. Mother's memories? Faye, cut away all the binds on mankind. You should be able to do that now. Save her and all the other women bound with her. I'm begging you, Faye. Wow, finally got Faye back now. Yeah, this is the last key upgrade gear we could ever have. Xenogears. We no longer have System I anymore, but we had the strong... What's this? This pendant. Is this Sophia's or my mother's? It's nothing. I'm just talking to myself. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused everyone. Thank you all so much. Anyway, let's get going. There's a little time left now, for me and for our planet. What is this place? This is where it all started. This is our genesis. We know humans were born here. Long ago, Deus crash landed on this planet in an interplanetary colony ship. In order to revive itself someday, Deus detached the Zohar modifier's core. After this core unit came down here, a single woman awoke and arose from him. She is the mother of all humanity. Yeah, that was the one we saw in the opening. As she awoke, she used all her power to bear several beings. These would become the ancestors of the whole of humanity. These were the Emperor and the Geisel Ministry. Finally, she gave birth to replicas of herself, to be humanity and these caretakers. True selves, the human mother and the weapon, the subject and the complement. That is Ellie and Myung. I, the sole survivor from the colony ship, met Ellie and everything started from there. The land of Genesis, Kalamoni, this is the place. Yeah, but Faye, even with your shared fate with Deus, why do you have such ancient memories? And usually human memories cannot be passed down through degeneration. Humans do not normally have the ability to compress and store memories in their Eintron. But Ellie and I and Myung are different. Due to our connection with the wave existence, that is due to Zohar's ability to change possible phenomena. We can clearly store data in our Intron. In other words, we can leave behind memories that will be inherited by our descendants. Just as the wave existence is bound inside of Zohar, the information is fixed to me, so to speak, by some of the power of the wave existence. Then this is the form from when Ellie and Miang were still one being. This is the first woman of our world. Our mother. So if we destroy that Zora thing, everything will be over, right? Yes. The source of our ether powers and the source of power for the generation that make our gears work. It all comes from the Zora modifier, engine which can control any potential phenomenon. If we destroy it, those and the Seraph Angel will all be deactivated. And then we should also be able to free Ellie, who has become bound to the Deus weapon system as Miang. Right, Faye? Yeah, that's what the wave existence said. But then, there is the downside. It will also mean that we will no longer be able to use our gear or our ether powers anymore. What are those Seraph Angels all about anyway? That odd appearance as if they lack something, as if they were neither living beings nor mere weapons. Zora senses the human's consciousness and incarnates the Seraph. Human consciousness. Zora itself involves the principle of uncertainty. The observer's perception of Zohar determines the entity it actually becomes. In other words, I believe that those angels are an incarnation of the spirits of people. The people who have been absorbed by Deus to become parts of it. To that merit, it's there for them to gain in eliminating all of civilization. Is there some kind of a hatred for those humans who have survived? Of course not. Those people who were created and assimilated as part of Deus would not have such attention. Try to remember what Ellie, when she became Miang, said. The creations of God will someday be a hindrance. That is why they must be eliminated. Yes, that is why Merkaba is being used to begin the destruction. But Deus is not following his programming of exterminating all of civilization. The Seraph, which are terminal interface weapons of Deus, are using their bodies composed of nanomachine to absorb massive numbers of people regardless of whether they are dead or alive. It is not discriminating, not between the mutants and the non-mutant people. This is highly peculiar. The fact that the people who are meant to be destroyed are being taken in as well, that is the absolute opposite of what it is supposed to be doing. Maybe there aren't enough parts. That is unlikely. Aside from those bodies that were destined to be parts for it, those who already acquired the abilities of the nanomachine can just about use any material. To construct this body, it is obvious it has other intentions in mind. Those intentions, Krillian has called Deus the Mother. If God is the Mother, then those motives are coming from the Great Mother, impeding the growth of its child, enveloping it, and to bring the child back to the womb to become one with it. That is its motive. Such a program does not exist within its design one. It was probably given this unique will by someone either from Ellie who has emerged with a Deus or either way, it doesn't change the fact that we have to fight, regardless of what their intentions are. The problem is how we're supposed to deal with them. I think we can do it in our current state. The secret battleship Excalibur will also take part in the final battle. Additionally, the military potential of all the service force will assemble here. Even if we can't put together a massive force, we still have the problem with the main armament of the Merkaba. We need to know how to take that out. As long as we don't do that, Merkaba's ultra long range cannon has the ability to vaporize any substance. On top of that, they have a barrier around their perimeter that nullifies all attacks. We fought against the Merkaba many times to try to stop its onslaught. However, we cannot even get close, hence we have had to withdraw every time. Darn it, no matter how much we want to save Ellie, if we can't get inside of Merkawa, it's meaningless. To add to that, there is the problem of those Sera. They function as the terminal interface weapons for close offensive. I can easily say that their attack power is equivalent to the Omnigear class. They even have the regenerative abilities due to the nanomachine. Don't be concerned about that. I was able to obtain some data from Xenogears. You see, Xenogears has mutagenetically evolved due to its contact with Zohar. Using that data, all of your new gears ought to be completed soon. Additionally, all the other weapons and the armaments are being modified to implement the assembler device. The assembler device? In contrast to the nano-assemblers, which creates matter to repair with, the assemblers have the ability to dismantle or destroy matter. They can even deactivate the nanomachines' restoring ability by disengaging their repair program. This should be sufficiently effective even against the Deus Sera. Alright, even if we can't deal with the Angel, just how are we gonna deal with that Merkawa? We can't even get close to the thing. There's no such thing as a perfect defense. There's a way. Look over here. Merkawa's main gun requires a 1.2 second interval to reload because of its tremendous output. While firing, although it is only sectional, there will be a portion of the barrier that will be opened. There is a 1.87 seconds delay before the barrier reforms in the area. If we can use these windows of time to target then destroy the cannon, it will be possible to close in on it. If we can get close enough, we can break through with the gravitational spatial correction. Well, this is the rough idea. Unfortunately, we don't have such a long-range cannon that could acquire a target in such a brief time frame. So what are you saying is we just need to shut that annoying cannon off, right? You want to go ahead onto Merkawa? No, you're being reckless again. That's suicide. No, listen, we're not going to just rush in. The Yggdrasil 4 and this Excalibur are also equipped with the barriers. That's what we'll use. Although only for a short time, we can withstand a direct hit from Merkawa's main cannon. Then we can close in and watch for a part of the barrier to go down and then destroy the cannon. How long will our barrier last? About 20 or so seconds. That's all? It wouldn't matter how fast we fly. That amount of time will be without the barrier before we can get within the firing range. And those numbers are valid only if the generator is at full drive, right? You can only get those numbers if we sacrifice all their output and propulsion. I'm not suggesting we go in with guns blazing knowing we're gonna lose. We're gonna do physically put a lid on it directly. As you said, Yggdrasil 4 or Excalibur's barrier can't sufficiently defend against Merkawa's attack, at least with one generator that is. Meaning we can defend against the Merkawa with twice the amount of time. 40 seconds if we couple the two generators together. This way we can make it into the heart of Merkawa. Then what about the propulsion? Just hear me out. This is what we do. First we transform my Yggdrasil into a Solmo and load it into the Excalibur so we can couple the generators. By doing that, we can reduce the energy usage down to just supporting the hull of the ship and generating the barrier. This will allow most of the energy to be devoted to generating the barrier. Next, shift the barrier to full front and focus it to a single point where their main cannon will make its strike. Now for movement, first off, we develop a barrier by engaging Excalibur's generator to maximum power. For propulsion during the time, we'll install on the Yggdrasil those large solid rockets we got from the roots of the mass driver. When Excalibur's barrier expires, we'll use the Yggdrasil's force generator to develop a barrier. Then we'll also attach the solid rockets and shift the Excalibur into conventional flight. Using these methods, we can get right in Merkawa's face. After it fires, it'll be defenseless. During this time, we'll block the muzzle of Merkawa's cannon with Excalibur's bow ram, upon which we should have 0.67 seconds. With the cannon fire of the Excalibur, we'll destroy the Yggdrasil. It'll force a slave generator and incapacitate the Merkawas along the way, and then we bury the troop. That's what the plan is all about. The combination of the barriers of both ships storming the Merkawa, the timing of the cannon fire of the Excalibur, these are all going to be crucial. Mess up with any of these and the consequences are going to be severe. Hence, it'll be necessary to have both crews in sync with each other. That's why I like to place Sig in command of the Excalibur. I have no qualms with that. What do you think, Queen? Will you lend us your battleship? Since there appears to be no other alternative, let us go with that. Please use it as you see fit. But are we not cutting it uncomfortably too close? When you calculate the arrival time and the barrier generation time, you will see what I mean. One might Michelle will put us in a situation where we could run out of the barrier power before our arrival. Also, we will be devoting both generators to keeping the barriers up. Won't that leave us without perimeter defenses? We won't stand a chance if we get engaged by the Seraph angels on our way to Merkawa. We'll hold them off. You can count on us. You guys just concentrate on taking out that main cannon. Thanks for depending on you. Already everywhere else has been taken out. This is the only place that's left. This is going to be the true final battle. Yeah, indeed. We set out to silence God's Mark Merkawa, which was the epitome of offensive and defensive power, and then stormed inside it. We initiated the operation to destroy Zohar. After cutscene. Well, it's been a while since I saved, so let's just hope the game doesn't crash by now. Barrier. Wowzers! Wowzers. So much fun. That can't be. A secondary explosion? Oh no, I should have known better. What a miscalculation. The explosion was too big. It reacted with the main condenser right under the main cannon. And I induced that secondary explosion. How could I have been so stupid? You mean we overdid it? Why did I not realize it sooner? This means we might have no... Oh no, Ellie! Oh my gosh, Ellie! What is it this time? Hey, Sidon! What more is going to happen? Something is happening in the center of the Merkava. What? That could be it. What could it be? Organic juice or something. Wowzers! Wowzers! It's spreads an entire room. Wow. Wow. Okay, at that time the earth quaked and shook, and from the location where the Merkava crashed, a giant object appeared. It was Deuce's final form. The Merkava was merely its vessel. Deuce evolved through the use of Corellian's nanomachines into a planetary scale weapon and began terraforming. It was attempting to convert its entire planet into a weapon. We retreated back to the base of the snow plane and to form a new strategy. We decided to go back into Deuce. Time was running out for us. Please, let me save now. Finally! Let's go save now. I cannot waste any more time. I don't want to risk my game crash now. Let's go double check. Whoa, I guess I'm at level 8 now. Level 80 now. Okay, let's go see status. We only have Yamike now. Strongest temple for Faye. Okay, now let's see. Gear. Yeah, that's the name of the gear we have now. Xenogears. The strongest gear of all of them. Yeah, I should only have a 50% of it instead of a 90%. So yeah, I decided I will only have I'm gonna finish with Titan and Barb. They are my favorite characters. Okay. Alright, I played over 2 hours now, so yeah. So I'll end part 29 now. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.